Restaurant Week continues, and we're going to head over to the Brass Onion in Overland Park. It's actually serving up one of the favorites. Let's take a peek at this unforgettable app. When I make a salad at home, it does not look like this, but this is the house salad by Chef Chris. And this is part of your Restaurant Week menu.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do we make it?
Well, we start with some of our mixed greens. We take some spring mix, some arugula, some spinach, mix those all together with a little bit of our citrus herb vinaigrette. This is some grapefruit juice, lemon juice, garlic, a bunch of herbs. Mix that all together. Chris, you're getting busy right now, but I wanted to touch base on that dressing. How did you decide that that was going to pair the best with this group of greens? Well, these are, really, fresh and crisp, not bitter greens, and it's a really citrusy, bright vinaigrette with a little bit of sweetness to it. It holds together with all of the herbiness or the earthiness of the hearts of palm and the chickpeas that we're gonna put on there. This salad looks next level. Talking about those bright greens, what's the pink in there? Those are some pickled red onions for a little bit of acidity. We'll put a little bit of heirloom carrots. It's tri-colored carrots. We just put a little bit of those on top for color. We mix a lot of the ingredients inside, but we also put some fresh on top just to brighten it up a little bit. Did you come up with this salad especially for Restaurant Week? Well, no, it's on our menu full time. It's really, really popular. Most people that come in here get one of these, so we just kind of wanted to stay true to who we are. Okay, and what flavors should be coming out when somebody bites into this? It's really bright and tart and a lot of fresh vegetable. It is such a beautiful salad, so I'm gonna grab a fork here, if you don't mind, and mix this up. That is one salad, Chris. It's a winner. Good. Well, that salad certainly was delicious, and coming up, we're actually going to throw you to an app that is named for the restaurant. Restaurant Week continues, and we have to head on over back to the Brass Onion in Overland Park. It's serving up again one of its favorites. We'll take a sneak peek at this unforgettable app. Well, Brass Onion is getting ready to celebrate its first anniversary, its first birthday, and what better way to celebrate than with brass onion dip? And Chef Chris is going to take it away and show us how to make that. All right, well, we keep our cast iron skillets really hot. This oven gets about 660 degrees, and we put our boursin cheese that is packed with caramelized onions, gorgonzola cheese, cream cheese, mascarpone, some other herbs, some garlic, a bunch of yummy stuff. So we're mentioning some caramelized onions. There's also onion in the name of the restaurant. So what is the significance here? Well, brass onion and onions, we just kind of thought they went hand in hand, so why not make that our signature appetizer? It's very popular. Well, there's one on almost every table on the weekends. And what do you love about this dip so much? It's really caramely and onion. It's not like overbearing onion. Some people don't like onions, but this is really subtle and smooth, really, really creamy. It has a little gorgonzola in it that really shines through. It's not like too overbearing, but really, really delicious. Okay, and you put this on the Restaurant Week menu to really kick things off. It's the first thing people are gonna get when they walk in. So why was that important? Well, it's important to us to stay true to who we are and do stuff on our menu. We threw around the idea of like doing some, like our prefix menu on New Year's Eve was a lot of new stuff that's not on our everyday menu. So we thought, let's stay true to who we are and what we do. So when people come in, they can, the next time they come in, they can get the exact same meal if they like. Okay, Chris, this is literally fresh out of the oven. It smells so good. Gonna have to dig into this crostini. Okay, it's all over my face, but this is probably my new favorite dip. Well, and the oven it's cooked in is actually called a forno, and it heats up to 600 degrees. It was actually very hot standing next to it. Now in the next half an hour, it's time for the main course, a true Southern comfort food, shrimp and grits. And man, it is a good one. Oh, well, don't mind me. I'm just over here checking out the menu at the Brass Onion in Overland Park, and the sauteed shrimp and grits caught my eye. Now, they don't call it red-eye gravy for nothing. The special sauce is made from concentrated coffee and gives this brass onion favorite an extra kick. Yeah, that Cajun seasoning right there is going to blacken the shrimp quite nicely for this awesome dish of shrimp and grits. Chef Chris, how do you make it? Well, we start with some Gulf shrimp. We use only Gulf shrimp in the building. I feel like they're juicier, plumper, and they have a better flavor. We're just going to coat it with a little bit of our Cajun seasoning. We got a really, really hot pan here. Put our peppers and onions. That looks really good. Cajun tasso ham, which is a Cajun ham that's coated in Cajun seasoning, so that's going to carry a little bit of our heat into the dish. Now, how did you come up with this? Because I know being Southern is something you guys wanted to come across in the menu.
Well, we are refined, I'd like to call us refined Southern comfort with a little bit of a flair. It's a Southern staple. I mean, we're not recreating the wheel or anything on this. We're just using really, really fresh, really, really good quality ingredients. The sauce that goes with it is a red-eye tasso ham gravy, which has some of our house blend coffee, shrimp stock, some fish fumet, a whole bunch of herbs and spices. And we just basically put all this stuff in here together. Throw a little bit of heirloom tomatoes, some shallots and garlic. We kind of want to put a little bit of a char on all this. I like to cook the shrimp a little bit separate. I don't want to overcook the shrimp. That's the most important part. The vegetables usually take a little bit longer to cook. So earlier I prepared some of our Hoppin John's grits.
Where did that name come from?
Hoppin John is a famous chef from South Carolina. We take really good pride in the stuff that we put on the plate, so we source the ingredients from the proper places. Sometimes grits are really, really runny. For this particular dish, I like to keep them a little firm because I want them to be able to hold the shrimp. Perfectly cooked Gulf shrimp. And then we're just simply gonna, probably should have did that earlier.
Wow.
But then we put a little bit of our fresh cornbread that we make this morning right on top with some whipped Irish butter on top, and we call that our shrimp and grits.
Now, that coffee won't keep you up all night, but it does add a rich flavor to a truly Southern comfort food.
Welcome back to Better Kansas City. Now, you may have used Grand Marnier in your top shelf margarita, but what happens when it winds up on the dessert menu?
And it is a key ingredient in the Brass Onion's Flourless chocolate torte. And during restaurant week, a lot of people are after that multi-course meal because maybe it's not something they get all the time. Well, we've shown you 3 dishes already. Here's the 4th. Chef Chris?
This is our Flourless chocolate torte. We wanted to put a dessert on the menu that didn't have any flour in it, so it is a gluten-free dessert.
When people come in, are you seeing more and more people saying, do you have this specific diet measure? Do you have this without flour?
Most definitely. That's why we recently changed this dessert. It was a chocolate lava cake before, but we wanted to put something that was a little more accommodating to our guests. We do have a gluten-free menu and a lot of options on our regular menu that are gluten-free, or we can change a little bit to make them gluten-free.
Okay, and what does this one taste like?
It has a lot of bittersweet and dark chocolate in it. We put a little bit of Grand Marnier in it as well. It's almost like a fudge. We put a wild berry coulis with it and some fresh whipped chantilly cream.
Well, it's beautiful. We eat with our eyes first, so we're gonna have to dig in. Okay. Would you say go for some of this sauce?
A little wild berry coulis, yeah, it's good. Adds a little flair to it.
That is so moist and delicious, and I can definitely get those hints of the fudge flavor.